Was goody YTBC? Was good fight fans, boxing heads around the world. B March with another boxing video. So I'm about to get into it one more time, one more again. This is my fights we didn't get to see series, you know what I mean? It's been a little while since I've done one of these, so I'm back at it one more time. And this particular fight I'm about to get into is a fight between Bernard, the executioner Hopkins from North Philadelphia versus Harry the Terminator Simon from Namibia out there in Southern Africa, you know what I'm saying? Southwest Africa, okay? Now, this is a fight that we should have got to see as boxing heads and fight fans around the world, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we didn't, you know what I mean? So let's get into it about these two guys and why they should have met and all that, you know? You know what I'm saying? At this particular time, B-Hop, at the same time, when the man, Harry Simon was a WBO middleweight champion of the world, B-Hop had all three of the other straps, you know what I mean? The IBF, WBC, and the WBA, you know what I mean? Of course, he had the IBF strap, his first world title when he beat Segundo Mercado, the guy from Ecuador, you know what I'm saying? And, he was a guy that even B-Hop fought the guy in Ecuador. You know what I'm saying? The first fight, they fought twice, and then the rematch was fought out there in Landover, Maryland at the Capitol Center where the Washington Bullets used to play. You know what I'm saying? You check it. And, actually in that first fight between Segundo and Mercado, I thought Mercado won the fight, you know what I mean? I thought he won the fight, but, B-Hop think they called it a draw, you know what I'm saying? So that was a controversial fight, you know what I mean, to say the least, you know what I mean? And of course, B-Hop had the WBC strap by beating another DC native, the DC native, Washington, D.C.'s Keith Holmes, you know what I mean? He had the WBC strap, and he had the WBA strap when he beat, what's his name? He beat Felix Trinidad, you know what I mean? He beat Felix Trinidad, and Trinidad got that belt when he beat William Joppy, a guy from Rockville, Maryland, from Lincoln Park. Tough neighborhood out there in Rockville, Maryland, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, so B-Hop got three straps, and the man Harry Simon has one, you know what I'm saying, the WBO strap. And, this fight should have happened, you know what I mean? This fight should have happened, the man B-Hop, he fought a couple bums after he beat Trinidad, you know what I'm saying? He beat a man by the name of Carl Daniels, and then the next guy he beat was that Murad Hakar guy, you know what I'm saying? And that fight, man, we'll get into that in a little bit, you know what I mean? All right, let's get into this, Now, the man, Harry Simon, of course, was a WBO he's a two-time champion in two different weight divisions, junior middleweight and middleweight, you know what I mean? He had that junior middleweight strap when he beat Winky Wright in a close, controversial fight, you know what I'm saying? I even actually did a video on that in my controversial decision series. I'm going to throw the links up there in the chat, I said in the chat, excuse me, in the description box one time so you could peep for yourselves, you know what I mean? And he beat the man Winky Wright. Well, I thought Winky Wright won that fight slightly by 1 point. You know what I mean? But this video ain't about that. This is just a little rundown on how these two guys should have met and how actually they got to where they were. You know what I'm saying? At this particular point to become world champions. You know what I mean? And the man, excuse me, Harry Simon. He got the WBO strap when he beat some guy from Sweden, man. What's this guy's name, man? Armand somebody. I can't remember his name at the moment because I wasn't even too familiar with the guy. He was a guy from Sweden. Harry Simon beat him by points out there in Denmark, and he got the title from him, WBO strap, middleweight. Now he's a two-time champion in two different weight classes, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, it would have been nice for these guys to fight. B-Hop has three belts. The man, Harry Simon, has the other WBO belt. But at that particular time, B-Hop was considered undisputed because the WBO wasn't highly regarded at them times. You know what I mean? It was not thought of as really, you had to have it to become an undisputed champ, as the WBO belt is regarded these days. You know what I mean? These days, you got to have 4 straps. Back then, you had to have 3. You know what I mean? Okay. And you check it. So, this fight actually should have happened because, the man Harry Simon and, I think the man Harry Simon was under Frank Warren, you know what I'm saying? The guy, Frank Warren, the owner of Box Nation out there in the UK, you know what I'm saying? Frank Warren Promotions, you know what I mean? And Frank Warren had Joe Calzaghe them times. And actually, Frank Warren was trying to get B-Hop to fight the man, Joe Calzaghe, you know what I'm saying? Even Showtime had offered the man B-Hop a 3-fight deal to fight Joe Calzaghe, Harry Simon, and that Murad Hakar guy, you know what I'm saying? Okay? But the man B Hop did agree to fighting to taking that 3 fight Showtime deal, but he didn't actually sign no contract. He just verbally agreed to it, but initially he didn't take the fights. You know what I'm saying? And he went over to HBO and he fought that bum Murad Hakar. You know what I'm saying? Murad Hakar was his mandatory. You know what I'm saying? But you check it. But the man, Murad Hakar was, that fight was horrible. You know what I'm saying? That was a waste of time. Murad Hakar didn't come there to fight, man. The man just came to show up and just basically take a beating and actually not even really give a good effort. You know what I mean? That's actually a fight where the man, Larry Merchant, was going in on the man on the man B Hop at the the post fight interview. You know what I'm saying? Because he was basically saying, "What kind of fight is this?" And these opponents. I'm gonna leave the link of that in the description box too, so you could check for yourself how Larry Merchant and B Hop went back and forth. The man B Hop said, "This is my man mandatory, and if you don't understand that, you must be ignorant." Something to that effect. You know what I mean? You check it well, basically, the man, like I said, B Hop didn't take that 3 fight deal with Showtime, you know what I mean? And, at the time, the man B Hop was being promoted by Don King, and Don King was basically even disappointed with the man, basically saying, this guy, B Hop, I'm quoting the man, Don King. He was basically saying, this guy B Hop is like a guy who won the lottery. You know what I'm saying? But waited the last minute when the ticket expired to go in and try to cash in that to try and cash in the winning lotto ticket, you know what I'm saying? Because he ain't take that Showtime deal. You know what I'm saying? So this was in 2002, okay? So that's what that if he had taken that Showtime deal, that's when the fight would have happened with with Joe Calzaghe, even though he did fight Joe Calzaghe years later on down the line, you know what I'm saying? But that fight should have happened with Calzaghe, could have happened in 2002 them times, you know what I mean? You check it. So, this was a fight, like I said, man. B Hop, he ain't take the fight and he fought that bum. He fought Carl Daniels and he fought that bum named Murad Harkar. You know what I'm saying? 2 fights that boxing fans could have done without. You know what I'm saying? And we would have liked to see him fight Harry Simon and Joe Calzaghe. Those are actually better fights, you know what I mean? You check it. Now the man, Harry Simon, the man Harry Simon didn't even get to defend his world titles. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get to defend his world titles because the man actually killed some people via vehicular homicide. You know what I mean? In his Benzo, I think it was a Benz truck. You know what I'm saying? Out there in Namibia. You know what I'm saying? The man actually even killed. He killed 2 people in the car accident and a little baby, you know what I'm saying? So 3 people in total, you know what I'm saying? And the man didn't get to defend his title. Of course, he had to vacate them titles because he was going through the legal system out there. He had to go to court and eventually he had to go to prison after years of appeal. You know what I'm saying? Because he did get convicted, then he appealed it, and it took like a 5-year process, and eventually he did like 2 years, a 2-year sentence. You know what I'm saying? So I thought this fight should have happened after B Hop fought Trinidad. You know what I mean? And got that WBA belt, you know what I'm saying? Because, the man Harry Simon had already been showcased on American TV, you know what I'm saying? Via Showtime, just like Joe Calzaghe. Joe Calzaghe, remember he fought Jeff Lacey on Showtime. And the man, Harry Simon, he fought some guy from England. I forgot the name. Black dude from England. A guy who took that fight on a 1-day notice, and Harry Simon beat the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? It's up here on YouTube. I can't remember son's name at the moment, you know what I mean? And, and then the man, Harry Simon also fought that dude named, what's his name? Somebody, Sharif, Hossein Sharif or somebody. You know what I'm saying? A guy who beat Keith Holmes for that WBC title at one time. Then Keith Holmes avenged that loss at the Verizon Center. Back when it was called the MCI Center in D.C., you know what I mean? Up there on 7th Street where the Washington Wizards play. All right? Now, let's get into this fight, man, and let's break down this fight and actually give a prediction between Harry Simon and Bernard Hopkins. And this fight should have happened actually in 2002, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, the man, Harry Simon, won his title in 2002, and he didn't even get to defend his title because, like I said, he had to go through the legal process for that vehicular homicide in his Benzo. And that wasn't his first vehicular homicide. He had also killed 2 people previously in another Benzo. This was a coupe, not a Benz truck, you know what I mean? In a coupe, a couple years prior, you know what I'm saying? But, he actually got off of that joint, you know what I mean? Hey, good for him, But the man, This fight, how would it have gone down? You know what I'm saying? I think the man Bernard Hopkins, of course, he was definitely the more known fighter. And you can't come and tell me that the man, of course, Harry Simon wasn't a known commodity in the United States, you know what I mean? But was Murad Hakar and Carl Daniels known commodities, the guys he fought after Trinidad? I think not. I beg to differ, you know what I'm saying? So, the man Bernard Hopkins is a crafty fighter. He's a good boxer, a guy who got tremendous skill as far as being a crafty guy, and he knows his way inside the ring. You know what I'm saying? He'll use any kind of tactics to win a fight. You know what I mean? And the man, Harry Simon, is a relentless puncher, a guy who got a high output, a crowd-friendly guy, you know what I'm saying? A guy who he goes all out when he fights. And, guess what? The man B-Hop has losses while the man Harry Simon has zero losses up till today. The man Harry Simon has no losses. I don't know his record. I think it's maybe like 29-0. The man ain't never lost a fight in the ring. Look at his coach right there, the great Brian Mitchell. You know what I mean? South Africa's greatest fighter. You know what I'm saying? You check it, So I think, this fight right here, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I thought Harry Simon lost by 1 point to the man, Winky Wright, you know what I'm saying? But, I could see why judges would edge it out for Harry Simon because he was definitely the busier fighter in that fight, you know what I mean? And that's how what he would bring to the table against B-Hop, you know what I'm saying? He'd be the busier fighter. I think B-Hop would be easier to hit than Winky Wright. To me, Winky Wright was a very sound technical defensive fighter, man. A guy who stands right in front of you with that high guard and you still can't hit him, you know what I mean? A lot of punches catching on the gloves, he had good head movement. Winky Wright, to me, that was his best attribute, his defense, But, Harry Simon, in my opinion, is a guy, you know what I'm saying? Harry Simon, I think, will put the pressure on B-Hop, you know what I'm saying? He could get dropped if he comes in careless. It's a possibility, you know what I'm saying? But I think the man do have a good chin. And, I think Harry Simon would take the man, he wouldn't mind going to deep waters with the man B-Hop, you know what I'm saying? You check it because, these kind of fights eluded the man Harry Simon in his career. After a big win against a guy like Winky Wright, he ain't get to fight guys like Trinidad. He never got to fight guys like B-Hop. And it's sad because, this man deserved them fights, man, because he was an undefeated fighter and he was a world traveler. He'd go anywhere to fight, you know what I mean? From South Africa to London to Denmark, wherever he could get a fight. He was just like Winky Wright, a road warrior, you know what I'm saying? And, I think B-Hop would try all kind of dirty tactics to win the fight, you know what I mean? And if this fight happened in the USA, it'd be hard for the man, Harry Simon. Let's keep it real. It'd be hard for him to get a victory and snatch 3 belts off of the man B-Hop in the United States. It'd be hard for him to do that. He'd have to knock him out. And the possibilities of that, man, B-Hop, don't nobody knock B-Hop out, man. How many times B-Hop hit the canvas in his career, you know what I mean? He's hit it... Segundo Mercado dropped him, okay? Jean Pascal dropped him twice. Kovalev dropped him. Who else? Who else dropped him? I think that's it. I think he's only been dropped 4 times in his career, you know what I mean? If anybody knows any other time he's been dropped, leave that in the comments section, you know what I'm saying? But, I think that's the only times he's been dropped. And, Harry Simon, I would like to pick Harry Simon to win this fight, you know what I mean? But I think B-Hop would pull it off, I think B-Hop would be the more crafty fighter, you know what I'm saying? Even though the man would be applying pressure on him. But I seemed, like I said, man, B-Hop was a guy I would never really pick against. Last time I picked against B-Hop to win a fight was Felix Trinidad. I thought Trinidad would beat him. But the man B-Hop handled his business, you know what I'm saying? And I think the man B-Hop, would probably win this fight via not unanimous decision, probably split decision, 7 rounds to 5. The fight might even be a draw, 6-6, 6 rounds apiece, you know what I mean? But excuse me, it'd be hard for the man Harry Simon to get a victory in the United States because Lord knows that man Bernard Hopkins is not going to Namibia with 3 of his belts. His IBF, WBA, and strap. He ain't going all out there to fight the man. You know what I'm saying? You check it. He's not going to go out there to Namibia to fight that man for one title, for his WBO title. You know what I mean? That fight would have had to happen in the United States. And I think B-Hop would have won the fight, you know what I'm saying? Because he's definitely the more crafty fighter in there. You know what I mean? Like I said, I would have liked to pick the man Harry Simon, but I'm just keeping it 100. You know, B-Hop had beat a lot of good fighters in his time. You know, he was a great middleweight champion, one of the greatest middleweight champions ever. You know, the most ever title defenses, and I think Harry Simon would have been a dangerous fight for the man B-Hop. That's why B-Hop wasn't really trying to pursue that fight. And you know, but Calzaghe was at 168, and maybe B-Hop wasn't ready. They didn't want to go up to 168 to fight that man. You know what I mean? It's only when he had losses, them two losses to what's that guy? What's that guy? The crazy guy from Arkansas, man, with the brew. Jermaine Taylor, that he started now taking risky fights like Antonio Tarver and Kelly Pavlik and these fellas, you know what I mean? But like I said, you know, the man didn't fight Harry Simon, our guy Harry Simon, who did beat Winky Wright, but then he did fight Winky Wright a few years later at 170-pound catch weight, which I thought wasn't right, and I even thought Winky Wright could have won that fight. You know, it was a real close fight. So I'm going to have to pick the man Bernard Hopkins to win this fight. I think it'll be a draw, but if the fight happens in the United States, B-Hop's going to get the decision, point blank period, unless the guy Harry Simon knocks him out. And like I said, don't nobody knock out B-Hop. So let me know in the comment section who you think wins this fight. It's B Marsh Boxing. Let me know in the comment section, and I'm going to catch you on the next vid. And if you like the content, hit that thumbs up, and please share the video, and please subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you don't like the video, let me know too by hitting that thumbs down. Don't matter to me. It's your world. All right? Peace.